Hello everyone, how are you doing today? I'm back with another video, and in today's video we have an Asus StudioBook 15. The exact model is an H500gv model. And in this video I'm gonna go over how you can open it up and how you can replace or add an additional or just replace your main SSD to a bigger capacity, and what are the limits that you can have in here. Just remember, by upgrading the main SSD, unless you want to add extra one for extra storage, you can do that and there'll be no changes to your operating system or any files or anything like that. You just simply have an extra partition in my computer. But if you want to replace the main SSD, which you have your Windows, everything on it, you might want to back up your files and just move them around to an external hard drive and then replace it. Then create a Windows 10 or 11 USB boot drive. I'll leave that link in the video description. Then you want to install the Windows on the new SSD and then do a Windows update, and all the drivers will be installed, and then bring back your files. That's one way, and that's the best way I would recommend anybody to do it. Or the second way would be to just add a bigger capacity SSD on a second slot and do a cloning of the main SSD on a second one, and then check them, remove the first one, put in a bigger one, or whatever you like combination in here. So back up your files and power off the laptop, flip it upside down. Once you have it in this position, you're going to grab our Ultrasonic screwdriver set. I'll be using an UFIXTEK screwdriver set, as they have one of the best bits out there. We're going to be using a Phillips number 0. Also, I recommend you guys get the Pro set. If you don't have the Pro set, grab yourself a guitar pick, and metallic guitar picks are really suitable to opening cases and covers. Grab yourself a spatula, plastic rod, whatever you like. Now we're going to remove all the screws on the bottom cover. There's a few sides of the screws in here. There are two sides, but they've been using it all over the place. So I'm going to go and cover those screws. The front end of the laptop, the front row, uses a short screw. So go ahead and remove these screws and keep them in one pile. Also, if you guys like my videos, if you find my videos helpful, you can support the channel by clicking that like and subscribe. I'll greatly appreciate it. It helps and motivates me to make more videos, take requests, and answer your questions in the comment area. Alright, now that I remove the front and the screws, we keep them in one pile. The second row, which is one screw on each side in here, these are the long screws. So keep these ones again in a different pile. Right there. I'll just put on the second row. The one in the corner sides, these are the short screws. And when I say short screws, they're short by 1 millimeter, not anything longer than that. And the one in the middle, these are the long screws. Okay, there we have it. The one in the corner back on each side, these are the short screws. So I'll leave them like this position so I know how it goes really easy, so I don't have to measure them or just double check. Alright, there we go. So we keep them in this orientation so I can start using it from this side up. Once you have all the screws down, now you need to remove the bottom cover from the armrest. To do this, all you need to do is to grab the opening tool or the guitar pick between the armrest and the top cover, and then you just want to twist it, the front, and you want to hear those big click sounds to the side, do both sides. You don't need to do the back, as long as you do the front and the side. Grab it up, wiggle around, and it will release the rest of the hooks. Alright, down here we can see there's only space for 2.5-inch hard drives. There's only space for one main SSD right in here, and there's a second SSD right here. These are PCI Express lanes, so you can put an NVMe in here only. So you can put an up to 2 terabyte NVMe here and 2 terabyte NVMe right over here. In total, you have 4. The main hard drive is right here. To remove the hard drives or SSDs, you don't need to remove the battery at all. It's absolutely not necessary. But for those paranoid people that they want to do it, all you have to do is to push these triggers back about 0.5 millimeter and then put the opening tool on the bottom and just push it upward like that, and it will release the battery cable. But if not, just leave it on, don't do it. I will recommend you guys keep it there. To remove the main SSD, there's one screw right in here to remove. So remove one screw. Once you remove this tiny screw, you can grab the SSD, bring it up about 10 degrees, and then pull it towards the right side. There's a little thermal pad in here. This is a, let me see how big is this one. This is a 3mm thermal pad. So I'll leave the link for 3mm thermal pad so you can put it on this side. And this aluminum cover, you don't actually need it, but it's there. So I believe this is a 1 terabyte or 500 gigabyte, but they have a little stick on it. This one is it's kind of glued. Is like a 1 terabyte. Okay. Let's say you got the new one in. All you need to do is to bring it down. There's a little notch on NVMe's in one corner, and there's a tiny notch in here too on one side, so you can't put it the other way around. You have to make sure the notch goes in 10 or 15 degrees all the way towards the jack, and then you want to bring it down towards the motherboard, and you want to put that M.2 screw right in here. They don't provide you with an additional M.2. I'll leave the link for the M.2 screw sets so you can purchase yours. So pretty much, let's put this one back in the aluminum cover. Okay. So to put this one back in, squeeze it all the way to the jack, bring it down, put the screw right on top, and there we go. Same thing you can do in here. Grab another NVMe, put the screw and tight it in. Once you put this one in here, you have additional storage depending on how much you put in here. If you want to clone it, put a big one in here, turn on the computer, download the Mercurium Reflect, and with that program you can clone your main hard drive to a secondary. Once your cloning is done, you can format this one and remove or replace it with a bigger one. So you can boot up of any of these SSDs. All right. If you have disconnected the battery, plug it back in. Next is to just grab the bottom cover, bring it up straight, and then squeeze it down right on top. Make sure you hear those tiny clicks. The last thing down here would be to just put the bottom screws. Make sure the short screws are in the front, the long ones, short ones, long ones, short, and the long ones. I hope you guys like this video and helped you guys out. If you have any question or request, feel free to leave them in a video comment. I'll try to answer them as soon as I can. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Just gonna finish up putting up the screws here.